Previously on Town Hall 9 Free to Play, we disrespected Town Hall 10s and stole their Dark Elixir. Today, we are going to get into Queen Walk strategy basics. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 14 of the Town Hall 9 Free to Play series. Today, we're going to finally get into Queen Walking / Queen Charge, and we're going to do a little bit more Let's Play than we're going to be doing any actual guides. So I must make you aware of a guide that I posted about 2 years ago. I know, 2 years ago, but the information is actually quite relevant if you can stomach my lack of personality. And in that guide, I actually get into a lot of your questions that were posted in the community tab the other day on what queen level you need to have and timing and funneling and how many healers you need. And it just depends on the army that you're using. That's one of the hardest things to actually teach about this strategy. But we're going to do basics, and we're going to do it in a Let's Play fashion. I'm going to link that guide down in the description below for you. And today we're going to go ahead and get into our question of the day. We got one here from Kerbin, and it's a question of the day. Hey, I'm kind of a low Town Hall 10. How can I 3-star bases like most of the time? I can barely get a 1-star. My troops are nearly maxed for Town Hall 10, but I don't know how to lay them down. That's an interesting question and a very difficult one to answer because I don't know what your skill set is. I don't know what you're used to using, whether you're farming, are you pushing, or are you in clan war? What are you having issues with? And one of the biggest issues and one of the major reasons why I got into YouTube in the first place was because I was struggling watching other YouTubers. Like, I was watching them and I was like, yeah, I could do that strategy. And then I would go out there and I would fail miserably and I'd be like, no, you suck, dude. Like, you taught me that strategy. And I just didn't know what was going on. That was the problem. And I was like level 20 heroes as a Town Hall 10. I wasn't maxed out by any means, and I was struggling. So my response for your question is that if you're having issues 3-starring max Town Hall 10s, then drop down to Town Hall 9s. Even though you're a Town Hall 10, hit a Town Hall 9 and be able to consistently 3-star it. And then you start working your way up into mid or low Town Hall 10s and try to 3-star those. And then once you've grasped that concept, depending on the army that you're using, then go after the higher Town Hall 10s and you should be able to regain yourself. But again, it depends on the army that you're using, and I hope that helps you out. If you have a question of your own, go down in the comments below and hashtag question of the day. Okay, so let's talk more play. Let's get into the actual queen walk and what is a queen walk, and basically what a queen walk is, and I'm saying queen walk quite a bit, right? A queen walk is dropping a queen and sending 4 to 5 healers with her in order to take out buildings to direct her into a location of importance. Whether it is a clan war attack where you're going after clan castle troops, or you are farming for Dark Elixir like I am doing, and I am targeting the Dark Elixir storage. So back in the days of old when players were using high level queens and they realized, wait a minute, I should put some healers with this queen and take out multiple buildings. They started figuring out her pathing, and they started figuring out how she operated, and that she will shoot at buildings within a 5-tile radius, and that she can see buildings within 7 tiles. And so they started figuring out that if they put healers with the queen and let her work for about a minute to a minute and a half of the raid, you should be able to take down multiple buildings and basically funnel. So one of the questions asked was, what is a queen walk? Well, if you keep her on the outside of the base, that's more of a queen walk. Now, once we crack her into the base, that's where you start transitioning into queen charge. It's really no different. It's basically the same exact strategy. The only difference is instead of walking around the base, you are charging into the base, and that's exactly what's happening in this replay. The army that I am using right now is the trophy pushing army that I shared the other day, and one of the best things about that video is that Goofy showed us that you could walk with a level 16 queen very easily, actually, but he was more skilled. He's got a lot more skills than some of you guys out there. And so we waited, personally, I waited until level 20 because she's not that strong until she gets to about level 20. She's kind of weak. She can take out buildings, but she takes a really long time, and a lot of players say that they run out of time, and most of the time you're running out of time because either you're investing too much in the queen walk or the queen charge and not transitioning into the other portion of your army, or your queen level is too low and she's not high enough to actually be walked in the first place, and so you're investing a ton of time on like a level 5 queen. Now, you can queen walk with a queen that is level 5 and above. I wouldn't recommend doing it with a queen lower than that because you can't save her. So let's go ahead and get into a live raid, and I'm going to show you how to actually keep her alive and how to direct her around the base where you want her to go. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and do a live raid, and we got 16 seconds to evaluate this base and see where I want to go. We got a lot of loot on this base, and we're more than likely not gonna be able to get a lot of it. My focus here is Dark Elixir farming. There's not a lot of Dark Elixir on this base, but I really liked what I was seeing here, so we're gonna basically purposely go into this base and take on the queen. My target is the queen, so I need to direct her into the queen's location. Now, knowing that we are using a queen walk, the air defenses play a serious role, and I am talking quite a bit. So let's go ahead and start doing some damage on this base and start clearing out some buildings, and we're gonna walk our queen from the top of the base towards the western corner. So let's go ahead and drop all of our healers, and so you can use 4 healers no matter her level. It does not matter what level she is, she needs to have at least 4 healers. Now there are strategies out there that you can use 3 healers. I choose to use 5 healers because of the Seeking Air Mine. The Seeking Air Mine will take your troops out quickly, or take out your healers quickly. So we're going to go ahead and let her work for a second, and you'll notice that I cleared these buildings out here to the right on purpose. That way she should be able to go towards the left, or to her immediate right. And let me see if I can get my cardinal directions accurate here. So let's go ahead and open up the compartment for her. The defenses are focused on her, so now we can drop wall breakers, and there's no buildings around the bottom side, so she should follow into this base. But she's getting ready to go into a queen engagement, so I need to go ahead and prep and drop a rage spell, because 23 queen versus a level 20 queen, this is not going to work out if I don't rage her up. You need to capture the healers in the rage spell. You must do that, because if you just rage the queen without raging the healers, what ends up happening is that she's just basically raged and she's not getting any healing effects from those healers. So now we have moved her across the base, and we're going to go ahead and drop our king right here, and we're losing her health quickly. Now, another way to keep her alive is to use her ability. We're dealing with Air Sweeper at the same time, but we don't need her ability just yet. We got plenty of rage spells. She's caught on a wall. We're going to use that jump spell now. And now she's going to progress down towards the bottom side of the base. We have spent too much time talking, but you noticed that we were able to keep her moving. We were able to direct her into the town hall's location, exactly where we wanted her to go. And I think we're good to go. So let's go ahead and drop some baby dragons around the outside of the base and at least get the 2-star on this base. Let's go ahead and drop that electro dragon. And the queen is still working on the town hall. So again, remember, she is a slower moving troop by herself at a low level. We got to deal with those sweepers. We're going to deal with an expo at the same time, and we use the rage spell again to keep her alive. But you see the Seeking Air Mine right there? The Seeking Air Mine took out one of our healers. That's where the 5th healer comes into play. Let's use that King's ability right now. So King's ability is down, and we use that. We're running out of time. We don't have another jump spell. She's targeting the skeleton traps, and now she's going to retarget again. You see where the problem is? So again, if I was doing a war attack, I would have started the second portion of the raid a long time ago. But since we're just doing a little bit of farming, going after some resources here, we were able to take out a bulk of the base. And unfortunately, we're not going to get all of the Dark Elixir, but that was just the gist of how to queen charge her into a base. Let's get into another raid and do it again. Okay, so we're going to purposely do something with the haste spell. Somebody asked whether you can use a haste spell to keep the queen alive, and I need to clarify that this is just an example. Do not bring a haste spell for the queen walk. Do not do it. I'll show you why here in a second. Let's go ahead and move her from the top of the base down towards the bottom of the base. We can drop all of our healers at once away from the defenses. We got an air defense right there that we have to worry about. So we need to make sure that we move her into the base where we want her to go. She's going to start working on the cannon, and then I believe she's going to target the gold mine, then go down into the elixir storage. The problem here is that she is more than likely, there's a high possibility that she's going to target that gold storage across from her, but we're going to see how it works out. We do have to worry about that air defense, so let's go ahead and take care of some of these buildings down here. That way we can try to push her into the base. Okay, so she does go after that gold storage, and remember how somebody asked about a haste spell. Watch the haste. It's not doing anything. We're going to use our queen's ability because the haste is just a haste spell. It does not keep her alive. It does not boost the healer's power. And so that is a major problem. All right, so we need to move her into this base. Let's open up the compartment, and she's going to go after that air defense. So hopefully you saw that. Haste spell does not do anything. It just speeds the troops up. It does not boost the power of your troops. All right, so now we got a problem. We got a Electro Dragon. We do not have her ability anymore, so we need to make sure that we rage her up for this engagement. Her by herself cannot take it down, and obviously without her ability she cannot take it down either. So you need to have that ability for that situation. This was a great example, phenomenal example to show you. You must have her ability for clan castle troops, and you cannot, I say again, you cannot use a haste spell to save her. So let's go ahead and try to recover this raid real quick. That way I don't look like a complete special case here. And let's go ahead and drop, we're going to hold on to that Electro Dragon or hold on to that rage spell. Let's go ahead and drop balloons there. We're at 44%. We're going to try to get the 1-star. We got to get the 1-star and reset our army. So let's go ahead and drop a rage spell here. Boost the power of that E-Drag. We're going to collect some of the percentage. We're going to get at least the 1-star and save the attack. We did not walk away with any Dark Elixir. So I'm going to retrain an army, and I will be right back. Man, that was an absolutely phenomenal example because it shows us that we have to use her ability in order to take down clan castle troops like the Electro Dragons and P.E.K.K.A.s. This was explained in the tutorial guide. Obviously, the Electro Dragon wasn't around 2 years ago. However, the high-level P.E.K.K.A. was, and the P.E.K.K.A. will take down your queen in a heartbeat. Don't be fooled. Don't think a rage spell or a poison spell is going to take down a high-level P.E.K.K.A. because that is not going to happen. You have to have her ability in order to save her. So we're going to go ahead and try to find some Dark Elixir and target it. I think we've talked about some pathing and funneling and stuff like that, and how to move her into a base, and we got a nice ring base. And so a ring base is actually a really good opportunity to show you how to try to get her into the core. So let's see if we can do that. There might be an Electro Dragon in here, so let's look about that. Let's see what we can figure out. So we're gonna go ahead and do some funneling. Let's do a little bit of funneling here. So let's go ahead and drop her, drop all of her healers, and we're gonna go ahead and drop, let's see here, let's use a baby dragon here, and let's try to move her down towards the king's compartment where this barbarian king's located. So we're going to let her work for a second. We got some baby dragons around, and we're going to probably have to use baby dragon over here. We're getting ready to go into the compartment. So let's go ahead and drop a rage spell because we got to worry about that archer tower doing some damage to our healers. Thankfully, the healers are saved. Let's use a balloon there, and the queen is not cracked in yet. Wow. Okay, so king is going to go down. Now she's cracked in. All right, cool. So we're good to go there. So let's drop a wizard there, and let's do this. Let's go ahead and put the Electro Dragon over here. Let's drop a baby dragon there. Let's drop the king on the opposite side, and we might have to use his ability. Queen is going to target that air defense, and let's drop a balloon right there. King's ability, let's do that, and let's try to get her to go up towards the core of this base. The king is not strong enough though, so you see that she's going to probably continue on her up on her northern ascent is what she's going to actually do. So we got to worry about the core now because the core unfortunately does not have a clan castle, which is actually good for us, but we do have to worry about this. Let's drop a rage spell right here and see what happens. We might be able to do something. Let's go ahead and drop a wizard. Maybe the wizard will go towards her right. There, she did jump the wall. Wow, she actually did jump the wall. I'm surprised. Let's get a baby dragon or two in there to take down that air defense to help her out. All right, so we're dealing with both Expos at the same time, so you can see that you can take on the Expos. That's a good thing, but she's going to get into the core. Baby dragons, unfortunately, might not be... There it goes. Okay, baby D gets rid of it, and we do have the Electro Dragon still alive. So our E-Drag did survive. That's a good thing. And the queen is in the core. We brought the freeze spell just in case we have to deal with clan castle troops. So I did want to point that out before we did finish this raid. I think we're going to pretty much finish up the video. Now, pay attention for skeleton traps. They will shut your queen down, but we are able to get in there. We were able to funnel her directly into the core of the base, but you pay attention to how much of the base I took out in order to do that. I mean, these ring style bases are designed this way for a reason, but regardless, that's the reason why we did that. And I think we've covered a lot of the questions. This will not be the only queen walk video. I think we're going to do a little bit of farming with the queen walk and show you more details and more examples on how to use her. That way you get a little bit more familiarization on it. We used her ability. She's caught on a wall, and we're just going to go ahead and bail on the attack. So we got a lot of the loot off this base. Very nice attack. And we did a little bit of farming during this video as well. You'll notice that we're at 7 million gold in elixir. So again, this is a really good strategy. If you want to practice queen walk, you can use this strategy as well. It is the, we got to train it first. It's the baby dragon army that we did in the last video. But other than that, I think that's going to wrap us up for today, guys. Check it out. So, Clan War Leagues, this is bad. I got to face off against a Town Hall 11. So, I think tomorrow's video, we're going to show you how I have to deal with the Town Hall 11. Let us pray on this one because I might need some help because this Town Hall 11 looks kind of beefy. He looks pretty solid. We got, yeah, he's pretty beef. He's beast mode. So, we'll get a 1-star. We should be able to queen walk in there and get a 1-star, but we'll see how it works out. Anyways, if you enjoyed the content today, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and if you need any additional Town Hall 9 video support, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.